For decades, we've been told a simple story. Corn feeds the world. It's efficient, it's modern, it's unavoidable. From fuel to food, animal feed to processed ingredients, corn has been crowned the undisputed king of agriculture. But that story leaves out an uncomfortable truth. Corn didn't win because it was best. It won because it was profitable. Long before modern agribusiness built empires around corn, farmers across multiple continents relied on a different kind of crop. One that required less water, one that thrived in poor soil, one that fed people directly instead of being filtered through factories. That crop didn't fail. It was pushed out. This is the corn lie. Modern agricultural companies didn't just promote corn, they engineered the system so nothing else could compete. Subsidies rewarded monocultures. Machinery was designed for a single crop. Research funding followed profit, not resilience. And slowly, the supercrops that once sustained civilizations were labelled primitive, inefficient, or unmarketable. But those crops were doing something corn never could. They worked with nature instead of against it. Many of these forgotten supercrops had deep root systems that rebuilt soil instead of stripping it. They tolerated droughts without irrigation. They didn't require synthetic nitrogen fertilizers that damage waterways and microbial life. While corn demanded constant inputs just to survive, these plants thrived with almost nothing. Corn didn't replace them because it fed people better. It replaced them because it fed systems better. Industrial systems. Take soil health. Corn is a heavy feeder. It drains nutrients rapidly and leaves soil compacted and, well, biologically exhausted. That's why fields need constant fertilizer just to maintain yields. Forgotten supercrops, on the other hand, fed the soil as much as they fed people. Their roots aerated the ground. Their residues returned minerals. Their diversity supported fungi, bacteria, insects and resilience. But soil health doesn't sell products. Dependency does. Agribusiness thrives on predictability, uniformity, and, repeat purchases. Corn fits perfectly into that model. It grows fast, exhausts soil quickly, and requires ongoing chemical support. Forgotten crops don't behave that way. They stabilize systems, they reduce inputs, they make farmers less dependent. That's dangerous, not for food security, but for profit. Another part of the lie is yield. We're constantly told corn produces more food per acre than anything else. But, most corn doesn't feed humans directly. It becomes ethanol, sweeteners, industrial starches, or low-efficiency animal feed. Many forgotten supercrops were eaten whole, nutrient-dense, and locally. When measured by nutrition per acre rather than raw tonnage, corn's dominance really starts to crumble. Then there's climate resilience. As weather becomes more extreme, corn struggles. Heat stress, drought, flooding, each one slashes yields. Meanwhile, many ancient crops evolved specifically to survive harsh conditions. They didn't rely on stable climates or massive irrigation systems. They adapted. Yet, instead of scaling these resilient crops, modern companies doubled down on corn, and then sold us expensive fixes for the problems corn creates. This isn't an accident. It's a business strategy. When a system collapses without constant intervention, someone gets paid to intervene. Forgotten supercrops don't collapse as easily. They regenerate. They stabilize. They quietly solve problems without invoices. That's why they were erased from textbooks, seed catalogues, and research agendas. But they're coming back. Small farmers, gardeners, and regenerative growers are, rediscovering what industrial agriculture forgot on purpose. They're seeing healthier soil, fewer pests, and better yields over time. Not because they're using more, but because they're working smarter. The future of food? Well, it won't be saved by doubling down on corn. It will be saved by diversity, resilience, and crops that don't need to be propped up by an entire industry just to survive. The real lie wasn't that corn works. The lie was that nothing else could. And once you see that, you start asking a much bigger question. If agribusiness was wrong, or, dishonest, about corn, what else have they been lying about?